approximately 70 million children don't have the opportunity to go to school every day. This is the same number as the amount of people that live in Thailand. Imagine an entire country missing out on their education.
Around 70 million children are unable to attend school daily, which is roughly the same as the entire population of Thailand. Picture the whole nation without access to education.
Out of the 70 million children that can't go to school every day, 25 million of them will never go to school, either because of money or there isn't a school in the area.
For 25 million of these children, the classroom door will remain permanently closed, often due to poverty or the simple absence of schools.
Most of the kids that aren't able to go to school are girls.
The majority of those affected are girls.
One of the worst places for school is Africa because 33 million kids can't go to school there, and 18 million of these are girls.
Africa is one of the hardest hit regions, with 33 million children unable to attend school, including 18 million girls.
Only two-thirds of these kids will ever graduate high school.
Unfortunately, only two-thirds of these children will ever complete high school.
This is an amazing story about a girl named Jacinta at the age of 13.
A powerful story is that of Cinta, a 13 years old girl.
She lived in Tanzania, a country in Africa, when her family could no longer afford for her to go to school. So she had to drop out. She then had to work as a servant 18 hours a day and only made $13 a month.
This girl was from Tanzania in Africa, and when her family was no longer able to afford her education, she had to drop out and work as a whole household for 18 hours a day, earning only $13 a month.
Then a charity called CampFed raised money for Jacinta and her family so that she would not have to work anymore and could go back to school.
Luckily, the charity Camfed stepped in and raised funds to support Cinta and her family, allowing her to return to school and no longer work.
Later, she was sent home and had the opportunity to start school once again. So she headed back to school. After she went to school, she got a great job and was able to send her brothers and sisters to school.
Over time, she not only finished her education but also secured a good job, enabling her to send her siblings to school.
But it's not just the kids and families that don't have enough money. It's there's not enough teachers.
Now, it's not just about money. There is also a major shortage of teachers.
For example, in India, they need about 350,000 more teachers. And in West Africa, they needed about 380,000 more teachers.
In the case of India, they need 350,000 more teachers, and West Africa needs 380,000 more teachers.
But for every kid in the world to be educated, we would need approximately 5 million more teachers.
On a global scale, around 5 million more teachers are needed to provide education to every child.
When adults don't get proper education as kids, it leads to bad things. For example, if you aren't literate, you can't get a job. And if you can't get a job, you can't make any money. There's about 798 million adults who still lack basic literacy skills. And also, if you don't know, literacy means reading or writing.
Now, the effects of illiteracy go beyond just children. When adults lack education, it impacts future generations. Those who cannot read or write struggle to find jobs and earn a living, making it even harder to escape poverty. Currently, around 798 million adults worldwide lack basic literacy skills, meaning the ability to read and write.
Some ways that you can help is by donating to a charity, as in UNICEF or CAMFED. CAMFED is a charity that helps girls in Africa go to school, while UNICEF is a charity that helps kids all over the world.
Now, you can make a difference by donating to organizations like UNICEF and CAMFED. CAMFED helps girls in Africa to access education, while UNICEF supports children's education globally.
But what would really help is spread the word. Tell your friends and families about these charities and to donate.
Raising awareness is the clue. It is vital. Tell your friends and family about these charities and encourage them to contribute.
The last thing you can do is just be grateful for your own education and take school seriously. But this can't just happen on its own. We need to do it.
Lastly, appreciate your own education and take school seriously. Change won't happen on its own. We must take action.
Education is something that not everybody has, so you should value your education because when we don't learn, the world never changes.
Education is a privilege that not everyone has access to. And when we don't get education, learning stops, and so does progress.